Women in politics, because we have the election coming. I'm voting this time, and I've been looking in all the lists and everything. Obviously, I'm looking for female candidates, not because I would, just because they're female, but I would like to vote for a woman candidate.
Oh,
you know?
you'll have a lot
This
of women
is-
candidates to vote this time.
Yes.
And especially the ones who are not part of the closed list.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But there's still no women leading a political party. And this is, I'd love to see it happen. How far do you think we're away from this? Or rather, why has it not happened yet?
Why it has not happened in, let's say, 160 countries worldwide, where out of 193, only 23 are women.
I know, but let's talk about Albania.
Well,
Why hasn't
it
yet?
happened in UK.
We
You
can't-
had three
yes, we did.
women
We
prime
had
ministers.
Liz, and then we had Liz Truss, who lasted like
Okay.
a week or
Only
so.
for 40 days, something like that. 40 days, but you still had that three, and
Yeah.
all three from Conservative Party as well. So this is something that can be.
So, okay, it's not happening in other countries, but why shouldn't it happen in Albania?
No, that's not. This was like a tragic joke for myself.
Yeah.
It's not that I was really justifying why it should not happen into Albania, but that there I have a conflict of interest because I have been part of this politics for so long, so long. Okay, let's say 12 years of being at the front page, let's say, and just not counting the years behind of that. But I've been for 12 years, so I was an exception to the norm because I was the only minister, female minister, for 6.5 years in the government. And all the rest were men. So I have some pictures at home now when governments or members of cabinet were changed. And then you see different men in there, and it's only me wearing white or skirt or wearing something, and then all men in dark suits. So I have kind of a conflict of interest. And then it's not that I decided to interrupt politics or to leave politics. I was kicked out from my party, so I was forced to. Which unfortunately is happening still today. So it happened all time. So that forever the second of women in politics is really pissing me off now.
Is it
so
a boys' club still?
It's a man's world.
Yeah.
But there is nothing without woman, then the song will go. But still, it is a man's world. And it's not quite easy to shake it or break that glass ceiling that is in there. Like myself, a lot of women in politics have made a lot of battles. So if we're speaking of the domestic violence and the violence in Albania, when I proposed in 2011 let's say the changes into the penal code for men and perpetrators to be jailed for more than 25 years, but going even further, vetting of the judges and prosecutors who were just giving a low sentence to anyone who was abusing or was a recidivist. And then there are a lot of other women trying to make, like the quotas for women in politics. That
Do you
it
agree
was
with the
really.
quota?
I have a different reading and understanding now, but I supported the quota at the beginning. But it was a different time. And then if you see a lot of battles that women do every day, it's like, it's always, as we know, walking on the tightrope, always, all time. But nobody really wants to hear you outshine the man master in politics. And it's quite easy. We don't need you anymore. No, we'll not allow anyone to change the status quo. And it's men's power. Men decide on how the electoral system should be made. Have you ever seen a woman being part of the decision making on how the electoral system should be, let's say, framed?
Yeah.
No. And then you see these days that you have some women in the closed list and you have a lot of women in the open list, which is not bad. It might be better, but for me, it might be better to have an open majoritarian system. I ran my first mandate in an open system, majoritarian one, and I was the first female in Tirana who won. So that is fair. You go there, everybody, and you get your vote. But then trying now to find the best among the ones who are in the open list, it's going to be a bigger war. And in wars, usually politics gives more credit to men.